The way that I like to think about them is, again, we're talking about these three stages of awareness, consideration, and decision. So what type of information does the buyer need at that stage to make progress to the next stage? And where do they seek out that information? So just to go back to Nitin's examples, in the awareness stage, the information that they're probably seeking is information about a given problem that they are experiencing. Oops, sorry, the light went off here. There we go. So the information that they're seeking is probably about a given problem that they're experiencing, right? And where they're seeking it might be on the various destinations that they and their colleagues or their persona tends to live. So, webinars, as Nitin mentioned, are a great way to provide information around a given problem, and promoting those webinars on channels like LinkedIn that marketers and sales folks and people in certain industries hang out, right, is a great way to build awareness of your brand and your solutions around a given problem that buyers are seeking solutions for. As we go to the consideration stage, that's where they start to maybe identify a couple of solutions out there that exist for the problem that they're trying to solve, right? So they might be visiting your website at this point. And as Nitin mentioned, they're looking for things like social proof, right? Are people similar to me solving similar problems successfully with this solution? So you'll want to have case studies on your website. You'll want to have competitive comparison or alternative solution pages as well, because they're also probably considering other solutions out there and trying to understand what are the differences between these various solutions that we're considering, and which one is a better fit for me, right? And then finally, as they get to the decision stage, and maybe even at the end of the consideration stage, but definitely at the decision stage, they're probably talking to your sales team about a potential purchase, right? And this is the point where they're starting to bring in the various different stakeholders across their organization, right? So an asset like a proposal comes into play here, right? Where the sort of executive in charge of the decision is going to want to know things like, what is this solution? What problems is it solving for us? Beyond buying it, how is it going to be implemented? How are we going to be supported? What is the cost of this? And then the CFO is going to start to want to understand things like the pricing, but also, as Nitin mentioned, things like an ROI calculator can come into play here, where beyond how much is this going to cost, they're going to want to know what sort of return are we going to get on that investment? And then maybe other stakeholders as well, from the security team, wanting to know what are the various different security credentials that this company has, or the technical team to know how it fits into their existing systems. So again, I think, thinking about it from that perspective of what information are they trying to understand at this stage, where are they seeking this information, is a great way to think about what sort of content you need to put together and where you need to distribute that content to really help that buyer answer those questions and then make it to the next stage of that buying journey.